The last story I think we was talking about that I never knew till just now. The Terry Collins, shout out to the Collins family, anybody from French Road knows
brother Terry Collins. Yes.
So once again, the police, where did the police jump you?
French Road. This is my first raid ever. Oh. This is my very first raid at 3875 French Road.
That's where your virginity got to.
This is my very first raid.
Okay.
Now, they were circling heavy. But at this time, we was using that house and the house next door. Remember the abandoned house next door to French Road?
Yeah. Going towards Mack.
No, right next door.
Right next
Just
door.
directly next door.
Theodore's house.
That's what you would call it.
Yeah.
Theodore and them was over there serving. We was on this side, so we was serving on both sides of the house. So when the raid van whipped up, they seen about 20 customers on this side, on this house, 20 customers at this house on this. So the police kind of looked like, where in the fuck? And they just started raiding both of them. So they jump out, they raiding both of them in the front. I'm in the back of the house. I hear him. I take off out the backyard. I take off.
You dirty.
I'm dirty than a motherfucker, man. I'm serving. Look, I had 20 motherfuckers. I'm serving over here. The police come busting up. We serving these motherfuckers, man. When they come, I peep them. Because I'm watching and they jump out. They was driving a black Corsica. Black and red. I never forget it. And they was driving the raid van. They had a police car. They had a raid van, a black Corsica, and a police car. So the black Corsica come up on the lot and see me running down the alley. I run to Terry Collins' back door. I'm knocking on Terry Collins' back door. If Terry had been in the house, I would have got away. They wouldn't have seen me at all. But I'm at Terry Collins' knocking on the back door. I ain't thought that Terry standing on his front porch watching all hell that them broke loose that they raid me down the street, and I'm down at his house knocking on the back door. So this big motherfucker, this was a big motherfucker, about 6'8". He looked down the alley, I see him coming towards me, and I take off running from Terry Collins' back porch, and Terry had a bucket of piss, and I had a gun on me. I had a brand new 38, it was brand new. I threw it in the bucket of piss, and I ran straight around the house. And by now, my man, the police is coming through the backyard chasing me, but he missed me throwing the pistol in the bucket of piss.
So you done ducked the pistol case and you done ducked?
No, I got all the dope still in my front pocket.
But you still got the dope?
I still got all the dope on me.
But if you got caught, you'd have got caught with the pistol and the dope.
Terry at his house. The police see this shit. I run in Terry's house. I throw the whole sack behind the washing machine and run right back out. The police officer say, hey man, we got to search this house now because you done been in it. Terry Collins said, no, you're not searching my house. You can come in here and walk all around where he just ran because you see he wasn't in my house 30 seconds. Come on in here and walk around here, and the police did exactly that. He walked in there, he looked all around there, he looked all down there. He said, no, he ain't leave shit in there. Nigga, I had left threw all the shit behind the washer. And Terry knew it. He telling the police, hell no, y'all ain't finna search. I go to jail. Terry is smoking like a motherfucker. I get out. I get rid out again by Steve Sharp. I'm burning this shit out. I get rid out again, $1,500 by Steve Sharp. I come back home about 12 that night.
$15,000, $20,000 on Ritz.
To where they denied they wouldn't even give me no more Ritz. I burnt that shit out. I come back to Terry's house that night. Terry said, nigga, here go your bag. I say, man, good looking, man, because if the police had caught me with this shit, man, you could have actually kept it all. I took the shit back, opened up the bag, opened up his hand. I said, hey, man, here goes some more. Closed it and left out. Whatever you got, man. Thank you. Left the fuck out the house like, man, good looking Terry Collins. That motherfucker said
this man, Mr. Jackson Jr., was very serious about not going to jail.
Nigga, do or die. What James Bond say, do or die, nigga? You got to have an escape route when you start this shit. I always kept a stash spot.
But I don't think you understand how your mentality, which obviously served you well, that people don't understand that part of it, that in this life it can get real quick.
You playing chess and you better prepare for their next move.
Yeah.
You better prepare for when they come to raid you, what you gonna do. Most niggas, as soon as they come to raid them, they freeze.
Yes. Yes.
Get down on the floor, get down on the floor. Nigga, when they be coming to raid me, I be at the toilet flushing. They be in the toilet till my motherfucker get down, bring the sledgehammer, bam, breaking the motherfucking toilet. They already know what I was gonna do, nigga. I'm going straight for the toilet. Cause I already got a stash proof spot. See what Rodney Rice knew and he figured out. Nigga, I would have dope upstairs in the attic here. That was my stash.
Yeah, well, that was an impossible spot to find.
Nigga wouldn't find it. Dad Jack almost got it busted one day running his ass up there. But anyway, I would always keep like $400 worth of nickel blows. I mean $10 blows and $200 worth of nickel stones. So if the police come, I'ma flush all that. I ain't never going nowhere near the major stash, or either I stashed outside. Most of my stashes was outside. I used to take Dennis. It'd be 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd be just ran out. Just be like, damn, what we gonna do, man? Where you going to cook and hook up? I said, man, grab the gun, give me my gun. We both grabbed guns. I said, man, come on, walk over here with me. I walked that nigga over there and walked that nigga back in the alley on Mount Clair and went to the bag, nigga, about $2,000 more worth of nickel star. That nigga looked like, damn, I wish I knew how this. I wish I knew this shit was here.
I know you do.
Said, man, you'll never find it. You know what my Alaska say? You'll never find it.
Speaking of that,
you'll never find it.
A commenter asked me, when did they burn? When did that house on 3875 French Road get?
They burnt that house down. I would have to say about Uncle Willie had died.
God rest his soul. R.I.P. Uncle Willie.
So they burnt it down a year after Uncle Willie died, which Uncle Willie had to die about, I would say about 96.
Well, so the end of the 90s.
96, 97. Somewhere up in there, 96.
It was a little later than that.
It was, because I had the Junior in 98.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, you were still on French Road.
That had to be about 2000, 2002. See, I got robbed in 203 and shot there.
Actually,
so it had
Jack,
to be maybe 205.
You know what? And it was after about 205, yeah.
About 205, but you realize...
Because I'm thinking I opened up Fairlane.
They burnt it down, Tony,
yeah.
And then they rebuilt a new house on the spot where the house, you know, that house that y'all show now,
yeah.
They built that on the spot where the old house was at to make sure a nigga would never get that.
My only stash, and again, this goes back to the story that began, you know, that night, shout out to Alex, a.k.a. Black Chop.
Yeah.
You had Black Chop working.
I did Alex.
And
pitch black, pitch black, and Alley pitch black.
I was made an indecent proposal by one of your best customers, Andy. And forgive me, audience, I was again under the influence at the time. And Andy wanted to trade. Andy, I'm gonna keep it PG. For some influence with Black Chop at the spot, Andy said, if you would talk to Chop in my behalf, Junior, I think my wife wants to get to know you. Okay, so I say, really, Andy? That's an interesting, indecent proposal you have there. And I said, well, let me go back down here and talk to Mr. Chop and see if I can use my lifelong relationship with that man in your behalf. And if she wants us to get to know and talk, and I can tell her about the east side of Detroit and all that kind of stuff, we can work that out. So I went back down and I spoke to Chop, and Chop was willing to give Andy a combination of blows and rocks that made him want to be by himself.
Wanted to become a pimp.
Right. So as this evening goes on, I run out of blunts. So I gotta run up, me and my new friend, let's go up to Mack and Bewick.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is the problem. I come out, I park right in front of Paul's house, right? Two of your buddies, Mr. Rice and Mr. Upshaw, are coming down the street. They see this Caucasian woman getting out the car. So I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. And so I'm halfway, literally in the middle of the street.
You're in trouble.
They hit me with the high beam light.
You're in trouble.
And again, as you say, some people, when the police say freeze, stop, they freeze and stop. When they put that high beam on me and said, stop right there, my first thought was, because Chop just vanished. I saw Chop when I pulled. He's in a...
Everybody is working now to stay in the darkness.
Dude, Chop is
Stay in the alley, stay in the background, keep a nigga up front to send him back to you. That's how we
Chop
used to work
has
it.
vanished. So all I'm thinking is, my man Chop wouldn't have locked that door on me as long as that door was open, but he didn't. So Rice and Upshaw put the high beam on me. They said, stop right there. I'm only pseudo dirty.
Oh, I
got about 18 of them things in my pocket.
I remember this night.
So I just say, fuck it, I go for mine. I hit the stairs. I was a younger man then. It's about 4 steps, right, to get to
That's
the
all it was.
4 steps.
You getting there, 4 steps, you up there.
I only touched one. I only touched one step.
Goddamn right. When you scared.
I touched one step, and I was at that door. And then the moment of truth, I hit that handle. If it's locked, I'm fucked.
You in?
The door was open. Mook's on the couch.
But see, you didn't lock it behind you.
That's where I fucked up.
You didn't lock the door behind you.
I did not lock up.
You came in and left the motherfucking door. But you should knew he was coming behind
where Uncle Willie kept his flour.
Yeah.
And I knew where Uncle Willie kept those big jugs of sugar and flour. I run straight to the kitchen. I take the rocks. I put them in a flour jar. I run to the bathroom. Soon as I get to my belt to act like I'm pissing, Upshaw's coming in the bathroom, 9mm. I'll get your bitch ass out this bathroom. You ain't taking no piss. I go straight Southfield, suburban kid. What do you mean, officer? What's going on? Man, get your ass on the floor. Officer, what's going on here? Eddie, the more I would talk property, the more they kicking me.
They gonna kick you down. Upshot, right? They were brutal.
They got me on the floor. And they just searching. And then they look.
Only thing gonna calm down is find some money. See, yeah, he's searching now. If he finds some money, he gonna take that. And see, if you got some money in your pocket, that's gone.
I think I had about $200. They did take that.
That's gone.
Yeah, that was.
I already know that's gone.
Yeah, that was.
That's gone. They ganging niggas, man. At this point, see, they used to use that spot.
So your nephew or cousin got arrested. So Fat Jack, he's just amused because they know it's his house. They've raided that house so much. They know exactly who he is. Right. So I'm telling them that I'm family too, and I'm over here visiting Uncle Willie. They asked Fat Jack, this your cousin? I don't know. And I'm looking at him like, you're such an asshole. I love you. God rest your soul. But he can be he can be an asshole when he wanted to be. But the Mook, as always, Mook say, man, that boy family, man. He always over here with us. So that got me a couple more kicks in the ass.
Motherfucker, right now, what the fuck you doing over here?
Where the dope at?
There you
we
go.
know you hear some dope in this house. Where the dope
questions.
At? They search underneath everybody up. They never looked. They didn't believe that I could have went to the kitchen
and did that because that's the first place they look on me.
Yeah, they didn't believe.
Look, they dumped that shit on the floor. They take the flour, wham, dump it right on the floor.
And Upshaw said, "You are so lucky I ain't got no."
Take the sugar, dump that shit right on the floor, bro.
Yeah,
that's
they've done
spot.
that to you
every time they raid. It's the worst spot you can have, nigga. If you got
they never even
there,
they didn't believe
find it, bro.
They were confident I went to the toilet to flush.
It was late. It was late night. It was very late, and they had no warning. Nothing.
Exactly.
Once he got 200, he was cool. Fuck it. It was.
No, you know what saved me? Them niggas got shooting on Harding.
That's what did it.
That's what saved me.
That's what did it.
That's what got the heat. That's what got the heat off me. They started shooting on Harding, and they was like, "All right, next time
and get these.
We're going to get these because you're a real asshole." Wow, in the life, man.
You back over
yeah.
Next time it's gonna be brutal.
And all I could quote was the philosopher Biggie Small, "Woe is me, that's what I get for tricking."
That's what you go get over there.
Woe is me, that's
the hottest spot in the city.
Woe is me, that's what I get for tricking.
Well, you're a goddamn 250, boy. Y'all motherfuckers with some tricking asses. See, I had to take care of business. I couldn't trick. I ain't fuck with them. I was total business.
You were.
Total business, cause I couldn't trick and to take care of business and trick, nigga. That's a disaster.
But
they had a good time. I ain't see. That's why you just sympathize with Puff Daddy. That's exactly why you can sympathize.
I can.
That's why.
That lifestyle, man, is.
I had to duck Rice and Upshaw. I couldn't sympathize with him. Them motherfuckers ready to kick a motherfucker in the ass.
They did that night. I understood fully that night. I did.
Take that goddamn road there.
A half hour with those two is not a pleasant evening.
They pulling up with the lights out. Ain't no lights on. When they pull up, they ain't gonna have no lights on. They just gonna whip up on your ass like dark man.
I never got arrested.
You look up and see them motherfuckers, you gonna be startled. Oh, wait a minute.
You know I never got arrested on there? Never. That was the closest
because
I came.
it's more ganking.
Yeah.
It wasn't really about arresting you unless you had some dope. You'd have got arrested. But
and Paul's house was a fortress too.
Exactly, if you get in there.
Yeah.
See, Paul's house became Mr. Johnson. Well, that motherfucker made his business to crack Paul's house and never did. Never did.
So, yeah, man, there was a time, guys. There was a time. But, again, Eddie Jackson Jr., thank you as always, beloved.
Oh, man, it's always good to come home, man. Ain't nothing like home.
Real True Street Crimes on YouTube.
YouTube.
Real True Street Crimes on Patreon. Working on the Street Corner Boy story.
Working on.
We're going to try to do some collaboration work on that.
And don't forget about Real True Street Crime, the magazine as well. Working hard on that as well. And the book. Trying to do too much, but understand that work. Better some motion than no motion.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. For those of you who have not got it, Lou's got another hot book to tell you guys about. But still available. Beyond Street Dreams coming, but all of this started with this book, Motown Mafia, Memoirs of a Kingpin's Kid. It details the story about his dad, who of course got this whole thing popping. Your dad put the game down in '69, and who knew that 5 decades later his name would be ringing. Just to remind you, in 1973, this was the headline. Both Jackson and Brown say they are business partners in real estate, but neither will reveal any details about their activities. Federal authorities are more specific. They say the two men are among Detroit's principal active narcotic suppliers. Detroit Free Press, Monday, April 16, 1973. They said that your pops and the pops wouldn't go into no details, but the feds say we know exactly what they're doing. Anyway.
Well, let's just say this. Here was the problem that the feds always had with my father. He was legitimately rich.
He was legitimately rich.
His father left him paid. Once his father died, and they bought all that property from eminent domain, that was it.
You guys
understand, he was legitimately rich, so anytime the government would catch him with money, he would always tell him, I'm rich, man, what the fuck you talking about?
And you know, me and Pops, when we look back now, the fact that your father grew up, that your grandfather was a very successful businessman, that's why he thought so much bigger than everybody else. You know, he had come up with money.
Yeah, I would say that, but Lodge, you had to look like Lodge was more of the strength and he was more the brain.
Right, yeah.
It's always like that in any organization.
Yeah.
Lodge was the brawn and he was
the brains, yeah.
That's what he was. The younger brother was the brain, the older brother was
the muscle.
That's how it really was when they first started.
But the book's available on Amazon. And of course, this is what inspired the documentary, Motown Mafia, story of Eddie Jackson and Courtney Brown. Again, it's a phenomenal story. You know, his father's activities, you know, became legendary. So that's available on Tubi, Amazon Prime, and Pluto TV. So make sure you guys are checking out Motown Mafia, the book, Motown Mafia, the documentary. Make sure you're checking them out on YouTube and on Patreon. We got some great stuff now on our Patreon channel too. That's, what is that, little Big Boss Filmworks at Patreon?
Patreon.com/Big Boss Filmworks.
Yeah, it's going down, and we got some exclusive stuff. You know, Jack, we gonna wrap this up. But you know, we thank our partners. You had said some things on your platform about the way the money gets split up, though, in this digital game.
There you go.
And I don't think you're happy about the way the money gets split up.
No,
and I know I'm not happy with it. And I'm of the point almost. Yeah, we just need to put our own stuff up.
They always told me, quitters never win and winners never quit.
Yeah.
So I always keep that thought in my mind. If I quit, I should never win.
That is a fact.
And when I start winning, goddammit, we ain't gonna quit.
That's
A1,
Peace and love.
Hey,
A1,
and before we get out of here, Lou, tell them about Mom's book.
Yes. Check out Karen Knocks Out Cancer 6 and 0 at KarenKnocksOutCancer.com. My mother, Karen Stevens, wrote a tell-all book about her experiences and memoirs of her 32-year journey surviving 6 times without chemo or radiation. And she shares stories about a little bit of everybody that she's come in contact with and influenced her along the way. So if you get a chance, check it out. It's on Amazon and it's on KarenKnocksOutCancer.com.
All right, yeah. Make sure you
Peace
check
and
that
love.
out. Peace and love. Love you guys. It's your
All
man,
love to all cancer
CRB Jr.,
survivors.
Big Boss Filmworks, doing what we're doing. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We gonna keep it moving. We can't stop, won't stop. It's your man.
Get it.
This is the parking lot of the world famous Mack and Bewick liquor store from the late 60s to the early 2000s. Headquarters for all street activity pretty much on this part of the east side. This is where you came to find out who had the best blows in the neighborhood, who had the biggest rocks. If you still needed to try to play a street number, if you needed false insurance, if you needed doctored up registration for your car, this is where it all happened. I Pop gave Eddie Baby a sample of that Pakistani plug product. They came up here to Mack and Bewick. They passed out 7 bundles. Pops gave them 7 bundles to pass out as testers to the neighborhood to let people know it was a new blow in town. Eddie ran back to the old man, got 10 bundles. They ran through those 10 bundles that day, and Spot was doing 10 to 20,000 a good day, first, second of the month, maybe 50,000 a day for the next 5 years.